Hi there, this is Brenda with Keenan Kreations, and today I have a quick and easy Valentine card for you using the Sweetheart Punch and the Stacked with Love Designer Series paper. To get started, we're going to select some patterns from the Stacked with Love Designer Series paper stack. These pieces measure 4.5 by 6.5, and there's lots of different patterns that you can choose from. We're going to use the Sweetheart Punch. So you're going to decide which patterns you want to use. I like to turn the punch upside down so you can center the design inside the opening before you punch. So now when I go up to punch this, it's going to be easy to center that right inside the opening. And we're just going to punch out a few more. We're going to layer this onto Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. We're going to take the hearts and just place them here to kind of get an idea on how close to the edge you're going to space the hearts. Take these two hearts and layer them with dimensionals. And I would probably use 3 dimensionals for each one. If these guys scoot around, just go ahead and kind of put them back. I don't like to glue them down in case I have to make some adjustments. And then now we can glue these down with just regular adhesive. So we're going to add adhesive on the back, and we're going to add this to real red cardstock, and this is cut just slightly larger at 3 7/8 by 3 3/8. Now here comes the fun part. You get to decorate and kind of accessorize these little hearts. So I already have a bow that I've tied with the silver ribbon. And we're going to add that with a glue dot. So you're just going to press the bow into the glue dot and lift that up. And then we're going to add it right about here and kind of fluff that up a little bit. This is the Circle Cards Thinlits die, and it comes with all of these little accessory framelits in addition to the one that makes this X and O. We're going to add that with a glue dot, and then when you turn that over, you can see how the glue dot's a little bit bigger. So just fold that onto itself. I wanted to show you what happens when you die cut this. This is the silver foil paper, and you put the framelit on top. You're going to have a cutting pad on top, a cutting pad on bottom, and you're going to run it through with the magnetic platform or the multi-purpose platform. But what I recommend doing is before you pop this out, turn it over and just make sure that you can see that it's cut cleanly around all of these edges. And then when you turn it over, you'll notice these little, I call them like pokey holes, and you're going to take a toothpick or something kind of small and pointy, and you're going to poke right in that little opening right there, right here. And what that's going to do is remove the center of the O's, and then you're going to lift this framelit up. And then you're going to work this so you can pop out that little piece of foil. So I like to use the side of my thumb. I don't want to use my fingernail because it'll actually crease that foil paper. So I just like to use the side of my thumb to kind of get that to start to release. And then when you turn that over, you can see how that paper is starting to come up. And then you can grab that. And be kind of gentle when you're tugging it out. You don't want to tear any of these letters off, but it should come out pretty easy for you. And then once it's out, you can set that down and just kind of smooth out any little curved pieces. So I wanted to add some little hearts to this one here. And with the first sample, I actually punched the hearts out of the silver glitter paper, but I don't think it's showing up as nicely as I would have liked, so I'm going to try it with the silver foil paper instead. So this is the hearts border punch, and obviously we don't need all these hearts, so I'm just going to turn it over. So see that bottom row right here? so I can see exactly what I'm punching. So just give that a squeeze. And then you have all of these little hearts to embellish with. Now I'm going to take the hearts and I'm going to place them. I want 3 of them, so I'm going to put them right on top of the glue dots. And they're slightly smaller than the glue dots. So once I peel this off, you're just going to fold the glue dot onto itself so there's nothing sticking out. And then we can just add this randomly to the right side of that heart. And I've already die cut this little red heart out of real red cardstock. And we're going to add a dimensional to the back. Now we're covering this up. You could leave that exposed and just have a little rhinestone and that would be fine. But I felt like we needed a little more red on this card. So I'm just going to add this right in the center. And I'm going to use a large rhinestone. Normally I would lift this up with a pokey tool, but the edge of your scissors will work too. It's just important to get under that adhesive so that it's going to stick. I'll put this right about here. Now the base of our card is crisp cantaloupe, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored down the middle at 4 1/4. We're going to stamp the greeting on the bottom. I like to stamp the greeting first, and I'll show you why in just a moment. I'm going to use Memento black ink. And I'm using a greeting from a stamp set called Sheltering Tree. Now I already have the greeting on an acrylic block. So we're just going to tap, tap. And this is going to go right across the bottom. So the reason I like to stamp the greeting first before I glue anything to the front of the card is in case I make a mistake. I could make this part of the card the inside. So you would simply open up your card and fold it this way. Take the inside of your card and you would be able to cover up your mistake. And then you could stamp the greeting again here. We're going to add some dimensionals to the back. Now this I do want to center, so I'm going to kind of hold this up, and I'm checking the top and the left and the right side just to make sure that's pretty even. And I want to add another little heart, and then I'm going to put this right about here. For the inside of the card, we used Whisper White cardstock that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. I die cut some of the Stacked with Love Designer Series paper with the heart framelit. I used a greeting from Teeny Tiny Wishes stamped in the same black Memento ink. And this little shape here is die cut with one of the framelits from the Circle Card Thinlits die. I hope you enjoyed today's project. For more ideas, you can visit me at KeenanCreations.com. Thanks and have a great day.